You guys have come such a long way since the very beginning. A little village on the side of this shore. Now look at what you have. A sprawling metropolis of people who are somewhat happy. I think that's the best way of going about it. But I want to show you what the pinnacle building of base game is and what you are ultimately working for. The World's Fair. Let's get on with it. Greetings, my Rantians. Hope you all are doing well today, and welcome to another episode of the Anno 1800 Beginner's Guide series. We are going to be discussing the World's Fair today, and it is a very cool building with a lot of really amazing incentives to build. Before we get into it, though, just want to mention, if you guys haven't joined the Discord quite yet, the link is in the description along with the main channel page. A lot of very interesting conversations are happening in there every single day. Would definitely love for you to be a part of it. Again, that's only if you're totally fine with that. You know, nothing is ever going to be forced here. No one's holding a metaphorical musket up to your head and telling you have to join the Discord right now. No, it's not like that. Only if you're comfortable joining Discord. The link is going to be there always. Same as these videos, they will always be there. I also want to take a moment to thank everybody who leaves incredible, kind comments and everybody who's asking questions. I'm more than happy to answer any questions that you have. That's why this is here. You know, that's why I'm making this. I want to help you. I've always been that type of person that likes to help people, and I'm very happy that you guys have been telling me how these guys have been helping you. This is a pretty saturated space, so me jumping into it and providing my own take is definitely a different story altogether. So I just want to take that moment and thank you guys. And what I want to mention is this is the pinnacle building that we're going to be working on today, being the World's Fair, that you unlock at the investor tier. And it's really the last of what the base game and what I can really offer you as far as explanations are concerned. Not to say that I do not wish to continue on with this guide series, but my point of view is, if I fully explain every single bit of this game, then what do you have to look forward to? I will more than likely answer every single question that you do have, but like, for example, talking about specific DLCs, showing you how the DLCs work. Well, if I show you DLCs, then I'm also going to be ruining the story for you. So here's what I'm planning on doing. We're going to finish this video out today. More than likely, this is the actual cutoff for the base game explanations. And I do apologize because I had no idea that console players did not have access to, you know, actual big DLCs like Land of the Lions, The Passage, and stuff like that. So me throwing in those DLC suggestions, that was my complete ignorance. I had no idea. So please forgive me on that one. This is the last of what the base game can offer, and what I feel is a good actual stopping point for the guide series. That being said, if you guys definitely want me to give a little bit of an overview of what you have to look forward to with regards to the other DLCs, if you are PC players, let me know. I will do a very quick overview of those, probably in like one video. Really depending, I might put them into one each, but I won't put it on an actual time slot. I want to make sure that I get a dedicated time bracket going for every single thing that I'm doing, every project for the channel. So this time slot is more than likely going to be allocated towards another idea that I have working right now. And if you guys definitely do want anything elaborated on any further, more than likely I will post a video on a day that has another video that's already out, but more than likely in the afternoon for me, because I am on, just a little bit of information, I am on the Pacific time zone, so that will definitely help you all when it comes to timing when my videos come out. I'm not on a Euro time server, I'm not on Eastern, I'm not Central, I'm on Pacific. So hopefully that is fine with everybody. I know this kind of caught everybody out of left field. I was just thinking about it a little while ago. And yeah, if you want more help with like specialists, we will do that in a tier maker. But yeah, without further rambling, let's get on to today's video. So, talking about the World's Fair. Oh, what the heck is this? Oh, there are ruins in my cities. What the heck happened? Oh, Dynamite Factory exploded. Yeah, that's just fantastic. That's how this episode likes to start. Now I don't have enough of a worker workforce. Shocker. Here, this is what happens. Boom. Done. Problem solved. So, what do we want to do with this World's Fair? Well, first of all, it is located in the investor tier. And it's right over here. It's the very first icon. You're probably asking yourself, well, why, Rantius, did you not talk about this first? And that is because you more than likely did not have enough of a investor population to even benefit from this foundation. See how my brain works? It's working at a subpar level all the time. So disregard when it says bus stop. That comes from a DLC being tourist season. What we're going to really be focusing on is the construction costs. So 300,000 construction costs. Right now we have 3.3 mil, so we're doing totally fine with that. We're going to need a bunch of bricks, bunch of windows, just the normal construction goods. And it is a very sizable building frame. So look at the size of this thing. It's crazy large. And we want to put it in a spot that has electricity. This building is going to require it. And I think in the grand scheme of things, we should have it positioned right over here. It's in a good spot. It does not need to be exactly where your settlement is. Another suggestion would be you can put it like right over here. But if we want to do that, we have to make sure that our electricity route will reach it, and it won't. So we can't actually put the building slot right over here unless we build another power station. For the sake of the guide, I'm going to put it in this corner. So let's just go ahead and fix up these roads really quick and let the game yell at me for not having a road connection to these guys. So we'll put this like so and like so they don't yell at me. And then head back over here, grab the World's Fair Monument Foundation. This is actually a nice spot for it. I kind of like this. If we fix the road a little bit, we should be pretty golden. And plop this thing down. Apparently he's happy that we have this thing built. And what you have here is the World's Fair Foundation. This is really cool. And more than likely, your editor is going to be all giddy with anticipation because you put this thing down. This is a very, very important time for you. And now we have to actually build the freaking thing. So let's see. There are 5 phases in total, and they each come with their own certain requirements and time. So in the very first one, we're going to need 150 timber and 300 cement. Along with that, we also need 500 farmer workforce, and it's going to take us 30 minutes to do this. So we don't have 500 farmers right now. We need to get 500 farmers. How do we do that? Well, we can stop a whole bunch of these processes that are taking up a whole bunch of these guys. And I know on Capua, for example, we have a bunch of fisheries. So we'll stop them. We're at 505. Awesome. Go over here. And make sure it is close to a warehouse because they're going to have to get stuff from the warehouse constantly. Go over here and start the phase. As you can see, we're working up in tiers. So we're starting on the foundations first. And a way for you to tell that this is working is not only will you see the actual base start to change, you'll also have the little icon at the top that says missing goods. If you click on it as well, you'll see that the little guy, the teamster I like to call him, is going to the warehouse and collecting the stuff and then bringing it over to here. And there are going to be multiple of them. So when he actually puts that in, you should actually see some NPCs in here starting to work. Hopefully. Or the game just wants to, embarrass me by not making that happen. Come on. I've seen them in there. Really? I swear, like, this game, either, like, it hates me or it just wants to tick me off all the time. But essentially, yeah, you are working on the foundations right now. What we're going to do is we're going to let the game go, and we will reconvene once we have the actual foundations built up. The first phase is complete, and the editor's here. Let's actually see if he wrote about it. Fingers crossed that he doesn't embarrass me. Boom, there we go. So he actually does talk about the World's Fair when you're creating it. Do note, though, if you take too much time later on and stall the production of this building, he will also write about it, and it will be a negative event. So the pocket watch is running out. Well, I mean, that really sucks. But on the flip side, we got the World's Fair completed, so this is going to be plus 10 happiness just as is. But I kind of want to just go over here and plop this thing down for some extra money. Boom, that's all she wrote. And what we can do is we can go here and press the button and finish the phase. Welcome to technically phase 3. The first phase is just putting down the actual, the World's Fair base. But the second phase being the one for the farmers, so now we're on the third one. And this one relies on workers. So we need 1,000 workers for this. And we should just get started right now. We're going to need some reinforced concrete. We're going to need some steel beams. And we're going to need some bricks. So now we'll see a whole bunch of cranes and a whole bunch of people that are working in the foundations. That is really nice. I love interactive buildings like this. This is what I'm kind of hoping that Anno 117 will have too. Have more of this. I want to see the NPCs actually working. If we get the chance to build some aqueducts, man, or maybe like an amphitheater or a coliseum type, monument, that would be incredible. Just bring more monuments to the next game. That's all I'm pretty sure I can speak for everybody in saying that. But we're gonna let these things with these guys work for a little bit, and once they're done, we're gonna come back and we're gonna talk about the phase 4 of the construction. Phase 3 is officially done. I'm gonna go right over here, do the exact same thing, finish the phase, and now we are utilizing an artisan workforce. So you see, they require 1,500. You need to make sure you have a lot of people for this. Do we actually have 1,500 artisans? I constantly want to say artisans for them. I have no idea why. Probably, but we're going to have to downgrade a whole bunch of engineers in order to get them temporarily. What we need as far as resources are concerned, this is where it starts to get a little tricky. We're going to need some windows. We need 300 of those. We need 150 steam motors. I don't know where 3 of them just kind of went through. Oh, they're already like in the stores for some reason. And then we also need 150 wood veneers. So before all of that, right, we're going to have to actually go here and try to work with our workforce a little bit to get to 1,500. The first thing that I'm going to look for is which one of these buildings on this particular island are utilizing an artisan workforce. Specifically, the canneries are. So I'll stop the canneries. And I know that the sewing machine factories are also working. So we'll stop those. Oh, she's got a gift for me. Thank you. And we have 1,000 here, so that's not too bad. I'm trying to see where else we have them. Apparently, we stopped these guys over here. So what I'm going to do temporarily is I'm going to go ahead and downgrade a bunch of these engineers over in this corner. And you do that by holding down left alt and dragging with the downgrade tool. And you'll be able to get a decent chunk back. So let's go ahead and maybe do these ones as well. Get these guys down. Maybe this entire block. I think we're going to need that. Yeah, so we're at 1,700. That's a pretty good value. It's going to go over here and start the phase. So they already put a little bit of stuff in here. I didn't even know that was possible. So they're going to start with the glazing set. And this is where, again, it starts to get a little bit tricky. Do note, though, that you're also going to need a fair amount of investors for this. In order to get to this stage, you actually need to have 3,000, and in order to build the final stage, we're going to need 5,000. So we got to fix that number. Hopefully our coffee shipment will be able to get in here fast enough. So by the time this thing's ready, we'll be back as well. And seeing as how we just let the game run, with a population of 18,000 total, we're making that much money plus propaganda, and we're at 8 mil. I haven't done anything. I swear to God, I haven't done anything with this game. You're making that much money, dude. Holy moly. Right back. Alrighty, you guys ready for the final step of this thing? Let's go. Finish it out. We need 300 filaments, 150 light bulbs, and 300 caoutchouc. Now, the cool thing is that at least one of this resource you're going to bring over to your main island anyway. So we already have a bunch of light bulbs in Roma. That's fantastic. We also do have filaments that's being produced over there on Ultramar, so we've been bringing some of that over, and we've been importing the caoutchouc from our New World holdings, so we've also brought that over. The most difficult part about this, I guess, would be to make sure that you do have the engineer workforce in order to navigate this condition. The electricity need is relatively fine because you're going to put this near a power plant anyway, and the timer is just a timer. So let's see what we can do as far as our engineers are concerned, because we have a bunch of artisans and we do not need them all to be, just lingering around like this. These guys don't have electricity for some odd reason. That's not good. Why don't other trains get over there? That's got 114 in it. I don't know what the issue is. So we're going to go ahead and stop out this one. We're also going to stop this one. We've stopped pretty much everything else that requires us to have an engineer workforce. And I want to believe that we can go ahead and stop these guys too. So we're only lacking about 400 of these. And to be perfectly honest with you, I'm just going to go ahead and upgrade these guys once more to engineers. And then we'll definitely have enough. So we're going to go over here again. And now that we have everything necessary in order to get this stuff in, it likes to stockpile at least a little bit of these every single time. I don't know why. We're going to go ahead and start the phase. And this is the final one. There is something cool that happens once this thing is actually fully built. And I can't wait to show you. Be right back. I believe it's only fitting that we have a beer festival in Roma the moment this thing's done, and let's press it. Oh, I'm so excited. This always makes me excited. Boom. New palace level, if you have palace, of course. Whole bunch of attractiveness. And you now have your very own World's Fair. Isn't that cool? Absolutely not. So, we are going to essentially talk about what this thing is really for, and a quest that can later come up based off of Mr. Archibald Blake relatively soon-ish, hopefully, fingers crossed. So if you go over here and you click on the World's Fair itself, you'll notice that it has multiple different sections, and you can also go all the way to this side. And really, what you're trying to really base this off, this is way before, the Research Institute came out and all that. You can get like ornaments from this thing, and they're based on the amount of investors you have. This is really cool. The best part about the World's Fair is you can essentially build one of these on every single island of yours. So you can farm a lot of stuff necessary. And the way that you can tell if you can actually navigate through this, if you press the preparation button down here, it'll kind of tell you what it's going to require. So you're going to get around 3 of these, and we're going to potentially say, like, you need to have some bread, some sausages, and maybe some grapes. That is what this particular modest World's Fair exhibition is going to be. Oh, there he is. Pull up your braces and thrust into the unknown. See? I can do the voice. All right, let's see what he wants. So we need to sail all the way to his harbor. And while that's happening, I actually do want to get this rolling at least once so you guys can see. And with the science of innovation, right, this is a lot of like specialists and whatnot. This is actually pretty cool if you're working on like optimization. You don't have the ability to customize what you're going to be getting from this, but I will tell you, the higher up you go, the better the item quality is going to be. So you're thinking about like commons and uncommons with the modest, uncommons to or what is the next one, like rares, and then like epics and potential legendaries coming out from that one. Same goes with the relics and antiquities. This comes to your museums, your zoos, and all that stuff. The botany and horticulture is 100% for the botanical garden. And then the anniversary, this is something new. So like you also do get some gifts from this one, and you'll be able to find them if you do go for it in the special tab at the bottom here. So like these are the stuff that you can potentially get from that last spot. But for the sake of this, I'm going to go over to the architectural marvels, select the modest, and take a look, see what we need. So I think we can actually navigate this and go all the way up to fountain architecture. So we'll need 30 grapes in storage. We right now have 795, so we'll be able to fulfill that condition. We'll need beer, so we already have 800, totally fine with that. And we're maxed out on sausages, so we'll be able to max this out. But the cool thing is that even if you were to max out all of these, you don't necessarily need to pick the last one. You can pick from any of these. So by default, you're going to get the city furniture. You're going to get the city signage, which is fantastic. But as you progress up, you'll get more stuff. Better stuff, even. They look cooler, they function better, all that stuff. But, this is more beautification purposes. That's why I clicked this one. Plaza decoration. Plaza design, excuse me. Nice mosaics. Good pathways, all these things. Going into an esplanade design, potentially having some columns, some really nice columns. And as you can see, we already put some in here, so it's already filling up. And if it does fill out before the timer actually happens, then it immediately sparks the World Fair, and you don't have to actually wait the duration of that timer at the top. And then fountain architecture, you're going to be getting some like cool canals and whatnot that also have like some little walkways across. It's really nice. So hopefully we'll get to see this relatively soon. But I really want to head over here and we'll talk to Archie. You know what? For all intents and purposes, I definitely feel like we need to have the volume on. Okay, so we need to help him out with this quest line, and I highly advise you check this quest line out and do it the moment that it's active.
If you pop off now, you'll be back in time for tennis.
I will do that right now. So the very first one, a floating city, a colossal boo-boo. Shocker coming from him. It's actually giving you a little bit of a hint as to what's happening in here. I'm going to let you read that little text for yourself. But right here, it says we're going to have to photograph the World's Fair. So let's go ahead. Oh, let's not do it from here. Let's actually zoom in on the World's Fair itself. And let's see if we can take a good picture of this thing. Let's go from right here. Awesome. So beautiful picture of the World's Fair. Love to see it. Submit that photo. And that's the first part of the question.
Penetrated by your kindness.
It's been so long since I've actually heard him say it. I've been the one saying it all the time. It hits different. Okay, so that's the first stage of this. And then he'll come up with additional tasks for us as we continue on. And the cool thing about this is you more than likely have everything that he's going to require from you. Because essentially he's messed up, okay? He's lost the blueprints for this epic design of the thing.
Righty-ho.
There you go. So it takes a little bit, but now the next one, the floating city, a hulking shell. We need to go all the way back to our island. So I'm going to take the industrious all the way back here and see what we need to do with this. I know the final one is to get a whole bunch of stuff actually provided to him. So what we should do is not let our engineer workforce just kind of sit there. We need to head back over here and restart our factories. So the first thing I think we'll start off with here are let's getting the bicycle factories going, then the filaments, then the light bulbs. That should be pretty sufficient for the first part. Next, we'll need the heavy weapons. I didn't mean to build them all. Oh, sweet Jesus. Okay, never mind. Oh, the phone.
Direct current now.
What the hell? Okay, I only meant to start those two, but apparently we built all of them. Okay, that's fine. Build that, and then make sure these are going. So now we have our workforce.
Crowds from far and wide.
Wonderful. So this means whenever he starts talking and you see that there are fireworks above here, this World's Fair is now active, okay? And it's doing its thing. You can even zoom in on it, and it'll tell you exactly what type of event's happening right now. Architectural wonders. And let me tell you, if you on console, I don't know what the command is actually on first person, but if you decide that you want to go in first person, check this out on PC, Control-Shift-R, get down over here, and let me show you. You can actually get in here. There's a little way to do so. You have to jump over here, go up the walkway, and you can head inside. And you'll be able to see the architectural wonders firsthand, POV, within the beautiful World's Fair that you just created. Isn't that sick? I've actually never tried to go up those stairs. I want to try it now. What does it have here? Automatic elevator. The future is here.
Celebrate your leadership.
Oh, I didn't miss that voice at all. Maybe I can't get over this side now. It won't let me. But yeah, you can all get in here. You can take a look-see at what your people are seeing. It's really nice. It's really, like, really cool, honestly, that you're able to do this. Because with the Skyline Tower, for example, all you'll see is a hollow shell. But for this one, you kind of do see a hollow shell, but you can at least walk in it. And that's really nice. Oh, there's a clock tower right over there, too. So we're waiting for the Industrious to head over to Roma right now, and I think it's relatively close by.
Attention for the Admiral.
Let's go ahead and speed up the process, shall we? And what's happening is this whole event is currently sparking. If we did click on this,
It's still going.
oh, I mean, he pretty much confirmed it. But we've unlocked all the way to fountain architecture. So I can even show you what comes out of that just because, right? It's really nice. And now that we're here, we'll have to select the object.
You're ready.
And we need to bring some steel for him. So we'll need to bring over some steel beams.
Heavens.
Oh, what is this?
What shall I tell Her Majesty?
I don't know. I don't care.
Flagship ready for orders.
So we need to retrieve a massive propeller that's somehow just floating around. So what we're hearing from this whole situation, what we're seeing here is that Willie sunk this particular ship and we need to go get that massive propeller. Okay. That makes total sense. I knew this guy was shifty all the time. Funnily enough, he's actually the one that has to deal with Anne now, because he's right there. I wouldn't have actually... Well, I mean, I guess it makes sense. I would have put some guns over on this side to really deter her, but that's besides the point. She has a quest for us as well. This is probably the best position island. I know I'm kind of getting off on a tangent here, but I'm just waiting for him to pick up that one item that we need anyway. This would be a fantastic position to just put a whole bunch of guns and constantly skirmish with her, because her guns go all the way to here. So if you build yours and they're better than hers and they shoot faster, you'll be able to constantly knock this gun out of commission. You'll be in a constant state of war with her. That would actually be kind of cool. I wish I could try that. I might just do that for the memes. All right, so we got the propeller, and now we have to deliver it over to Archie's Harbor. And all of this is going to make sense once we have it all said and done, which is really cool.
Ceasefire has ended.
Great, thanks, announcer. Let's see how this is going. So we're almost done with the World's Fair itself. And the moment this is actually done,
Doors are shut. Where are the proceeds?
that is what he will tell you. And we can go over here.
We're all only in it for the rewards.
Yeah, that is true. And I'm going to go with the fountain architecture just because we maxed it out, which is fantastic. And unveil the rewards. So we got some channels, we got some channel fountains, and we got some channel ends, which is really cool. And you'll confirm that. The way to see that is if you go over here to the classic beautification menu, and you go over here to the luxurious esplanade, that is where you'll stockpile it. Now, you'll have to constantly go through this if you want to get more of those items, so do bear that in mind. Right now, we want to focus on potentially figuring out what the heck happened with our workforce, which went down again. We'll just fix that. Problem solved. And wait for our flagship to make it over to Archie's Harbor, which we're just going to stay and fast forward. I'm not even going to edit this part out. It's going to make it so it's completely interactive, because the industrial's right here. Oh, there we go. There's a little bit of naval combat for you.
Had a rip-roaring time of it.
Yeah, I did. Alrighty. A floating city, enormous engines. We need to bring him 36 steam motors. Let's head over to our industrial island, who more than likely has a decent amount. Yep, we have 98, so we're going to get 36.
Constant, and that is key.
Yeah. Hey, you guys should also make a wish. It's 11/11. Hopefully it's a good one. And it looks like everything else is pretty good. What the hell? Yeah, I know you screwed up. And my workforce is going down again. What the heck?
Resourceful.
Oh, it's because of the damn coffee. No, always the coffee. Every single time. So let's actually get this World's Fair to work on something else. Let's put it for the science and innovation.
Put all our eggs.
And it has relatively the same stuff. So let's see about confirming
Ours will
this.
be the biggest and the best.
We have, again, everything that we want from here. So we can get basic equipment, common seeds, advanced tools, or chemical research. So I'm kind of digging the advanced tools. Let's see what comes out of that one. Just for all intents and purposes. We're testing, right? We want to see what comes out of these. But hopefully the industrialists can get here a little bit faster. What the heck is this? A fine spyglass? When the hell did I get that? Huh. I don't even remember. Anyway. So we need to get 36 of our steam motors. And we'll just exactly make it that number. 36. Perfect. And we need to send it over to Archie.
Her Majesty has little patience. I'd skip to it if I were you.
Her Majesty can damn well wait for me.
Have you heard the expression, a stitch in time saves 9?
Yeah, but I don't know how that applies here. I don't really care. I just want my ship.
I have need of a fellow professional.
You are already being assisted in Pride and Peddlers. I don't need to help you out further. Sorry.
Brought some joy.
Yep.
You lack the guts to carry it through.
Hush. Be gone.
I knew you'd come through.
Alrighty. So now, you guessed it, you get a Great Eastern.
Attention for the Admiral.
And this is the, if you only have the base game, this is the only one you can get.
Me?
Jesus.
It's the other way around.
The NPCs are going to kill me. See, this is why I turned them off for a reason. The Great Eastern is a pretty good ship. I actually got a little bit of heat for it because I put it in my tier list at a lower tier than what everybody else was thinking. But the reason why I put it there is because you can only, if your base game, get the one, and at which case it would be reliable. That's how I see it. Because if it is probably the best ship you can use to get a whole bunch of, events going through your expeditions, right? And I'll show you why when we actually get the ship. So I'll fast forward.
Lustrous jewel in the crown.
It was right here. There we go.
Sir Archibald gives his thanks.
Thanks, buddy. See you later. So here is your Great Eastern, and this is a fantastic ship. It also comes with, I can't say his last name, but he's a naval architect. The cool thing about him is put him in your shipyards. He'll really reduce the construction costs of it, the workforce steam reduction, and the maintenance costs. It's a beautiful paddle steamer, and the best part about this is it has 8 cargo slots and 3 item sockets. Definitely costs a lot on the upkeep, but at this point, like, are you really pressed for monetary issues? I don't believe so. I mean, look how much money the freaking Queen's taken from us. 49,438. Now 54. But yeah, this is a fantastic ship. You can change the name to whatever you so please. And you know what? Just go to town. This is by far the best ship you can possibly get in this game. Unfortunately, if you only have base game, this is the only one you can get. If you have the Research Institute, then you can get more of these. But I do hope that you guys enjoyed the guide series. I really do. Again, if there's anything that is really requiring, you know, a guide to be made, or if there's something that everybody's really keen on seeing me elaborate, please let me know. I'll be more than happy to do it. But as it currently stands, this time slot is going to be allocated to another project. And if there is another guide video that does come out, it is going to be on a day that another video is already posted. So it'll be in the afternoon for me, as I indicated at the beginning of the video. Until next time, my friends, I hope you all do fantastic in every single one of the campaigns that you decide to do in Anno 1800. You now have the foundation, you know, you have the knowledge, and now you have the confidence to see this game through to as far as you want it to go. Until the next adventure, my Rantians, thank you so much. Please consider like, commenting, subscribing, hit that bell button, sharing it with your friends, and I'll catch you on the next one.